Daily, I am having a bit of technical difficulties today because I am traveling. So I'm not in my usual studio. And so I'm having a bit of issues. But hopefully we can still get through this live. I think my issue is that I'm not sure if you guys are and so I'm having a bit of issues. But hopefully we can still get through this live. I think my issue is that I'm not sure if you 1 second, guys. Yikes. Let me see. So much going on the back end. But if you are here and you are on the Facebook, in the Facebook group, please let me know if you are able to hear me and see me. And if you are not and you're on YouTube, let me know like where you're tuning in from. I think I'm on Facebook, so this is good. I think I'm streaming on Facebook, so just a bit of difficulties there, but excited to move forward. Nevertheless, you guys know how we do in the comments, so you won't be able to see me. Okay, Michelle said she can see me. Yes. Hey, Michelle. Thank you so much. Okay, great. So we're doing a bit of an impromptu live tonight because I am having a bit of difficulties because I'm traveling, but I wanted to make sure to come in and connect with you guys tonight. Right? Messa, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I think you were on YouTube this morning looking at content and you commented. I love it when you guys comment. I appreciate you guys so much for interacting and engaging. As a content creator and as a business owner, that means the world to me. So you guys might be seeing my screen. So we're going to have class as regular. Super excited to jump in. Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl said she can hear me. Okay, awesome. I appreciate you guys. We are going to get right into it. I am just going to share my screen and I'm going to dive right in. And you guys know how we do with the engagement and interactions. I'll be asking you questions as we move along. Super thankful for everyone that is here. And I just want to say a welcome to this series. So I will be checking on you guys in the comments to see what you guys are talking about, what you're saying, and all that jazz. Right? So let's get into it. And by the way, if you're watching the replay, I want you to be sure to, of course, say, hey, and let me know that you're part of the hashtag replay crew so that I can greet you, because you guys, I know everyone may not be able to catch us live. All right. So a few tips, of course, to help you get the most out of this workshop. As usual, if you're here yesterday, you know how I feel about opening up your mind and thinking outside of the box, okay? Somebody type outside of the box in the comments, because it's so easy for us to just think inside of the box and think that we're not able to do all the things that we want to do and feel sorry for ourselves and get down on ourselves for not being perfect. But in the next hour, I want you to think outside of the box, outside of the way that you usually think. I want you to pay close attention so that you don't miss a beat at all. And I want you to take lots of notes, because what we talk about today is going to connect to what we are learning together moving forward. So I want you to stay zoned in. Hey guys, you can't see me today as usual because I am traveling, but if you don't know who I am, I'm Zaylee Barclay. I am a visual content creation coach. I specialize in video, and I do that through the Start, Shoot, Grow Video Academy. So you guys probably have been getting lots of emails from me lately, which I promise you is gonna let up soon, but we had to share this amazing offer that we have called the Camera Confidence class, which we'll talk about later on. So I really specialize in helping entrepreneurs effectively stand out and make a genuine impact in the digital space, right? And I really love helping people stand out so that they're able to really just unlock different revenue streams and attract different opportunities, paid opportunities, and connect on a deeper level with their audience. So if you have an online course, if you have a service, if you have something that you want to grow bigger and create a bigger impact with, then this is, the perfect place for you. That's my jam. So on day one, yesterday, we covered the real truth truth about video creators, and we spoke about what truly successful creators do differently, right? We also spoke about the one thing that you need to do in order to keep people coming back to your content and for your products over and over again. So if you missed yesterday, it's still up. We're going to remove these trainings, but you still have a few hours to dive into these trainings so that you're able to understand exactly what we're talking about. So today, in the next 45 minutes, we'll be learning the C word and what that really means to or for video creators, right? Or online business owners. And I'm using video creators and online business owners interchangeably because at some point you'll have to create some videos in your journey. The other C word that we're covering, and I'll share that with you in a bit, but finding a balance for that C word and the formula that can change how you look at video content forever. Now, I also want to touch on today, I won't keep you guys too long, but I want to touch on using video content to build, market, sell, and scale. So a lot of people have been asking me about the Camera Confidence class and if it's for them. And they think it's not because they're building an online course and they feel like it will sell automatically on its own after they're done creating it. And I can't tell you how far this is from the truth. Or they think that they have a service and they can keep posting graphics and, they don't have to do anything else, yet they're wondering why they're not connecting with any of their potential customers or clients, or converting at all. So we're going to speak about how video content affects the customer journey, especially in 2022. And we're going to talk about types of videos that you need to run a sustainable business and to make money online. So I want to know in the comments, who are you? Are you a coach? Are you a leader? Are you a course creator? Are you a photographer, a therapist, a consultant, a stylist? I want to know, what are you? I really, really want to know. I'm going to actually tap into our comments just to see if I can see what you guys are saying. Yes, I'm seeing the outside of the box. Messa said, your channel has helped me so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for being here, lovely. And I see in your photo, you have your camera out too. And I love that. Hey, Peggy, I'm so glad that you are here tonight. Oh my gosh. Hey, Carrie said happy Friday, and she typed in, outside of the box. Okay, so I love that we are on the same page as far as being outside of the box. Now, as far as your title, what would you guys call yourselves? That's what I really, really, really would love to know, right? Michelle said, I am now a creator. I love how much you're embracing that title, Michelle. That is so powerful. And consultant, soon to be a coach. I love that. I see 3 C's there, and I can definitely say that I also fall into all of these brackets. So listen, you're in the right place, Michelle. I love it. All right. If anyone else would like to share what they call themselves, I would love for you to do that as well. All right. So now, when we think about video content, and I know that some of you answered this yesterday, but I want to know like what you guys are thinking when it comes to video content, like what is truly holding you back. So I got to know some of you really well yesterday, but today I want to know what holds you back the most when you think about videos. Yesterday we got some answers, and we got some really good answers. We got the overwhelm of editing from Silva. We also got someone sharing that they feel like they freeze every time they get on camera. We got so many different comments, and I want you to tell me, like, what do you feel holds you back the most? Because video is not super simple, but I'll tell you what makes it amazing. There are not enough people on camera because everyone is afraid of doing it. And so when you're able to get on camera consistently, so not once every month or once every 3 months, but consistently, you're able to build a deeper connection with your community, right? Super, super, super important. Now, we spoke about yesterday, how I was able to connect with so many brands, work with so many brands, and what you guys are even seeing on the screen right now is the Thinkific website. So if you type in thinkific.com, I'm actually on the front page. So we spoke about all of the partnerships and sponsorships and, things that features, just so many things that have happened for me and blown my mind. Sometimes I still can't believe that it is what it is, right? But I explained to you guys that one thing that I really started doing in order to connect with brands and to connect with my audience, my potential audience, my future audience, and my current audience is really nailing my on-camera persona. And I'll speak about this a little more as we move along, right? But I started adding intentional aspects of my brand and messaging. And I have new brand there because I also spoke about how I shed the skin of being an influencer years ago and moved into running my own online business, providing consulting services, and digital products and coaching, right? And so when we think about all of that, I was able to do all of that with video content. And I love helping you guys as well to be able to grow your brand and business and add value to the world through video just by really getting on camera and sharing. So when I realized that people were genuinely interested in me and my journey, I started doing a few things much more intentionally. So it's not only about knowing that people are interested in you, but also knowing how you're able to, or what you're intentionally able to share in order to bring people on that journey. So I realized instantly that I was a product, right? And I wanted to package myself in that way so that I can easily monetize in different ways. And a few people just aren't thinking about this. They're just going along without understanding how to position yourself as a product and how to position what you do as a service or as a need, right, for someone else. So we'll talk about that. But I really, really wanted to share just the possibility of it all. There's a beautiful balance when you're thinking about your on-camera presentation, where you're actually also projecting into your future and current self at the same time. And this is where people get lost when it comes to creating video content. We only focus on how we feel at the moment, which may not be like you're enough, like you're anxious or overwhelmed, and you're not thinking particularly about how laying these bricks for a foundation can actually create an amazing future for you. And so it's also a dance of understanding, how can I be myself now, right? But also work towards what I'm projecting for the future, right? And it may sound a bit crazy, but I promise you that it works. So the one thing that kept me committed to being on camera was knowing that I was creating a transformation for people, and also just waking up to see people's lives change because of my content really kept me pushing. So I want to know in the comments, what kind of life changes would you like to share with others or show others, right? So that's really important. Like, what kind of life changes would you like to share with others and show others through your own content? I really, really want to know. Tanya said, I am a course creator. I love it. Alpha Berry said, all of the above, previously in business management, accounting, currently a photographer, diabetic chef, and full-time grandma. I love it. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Michelle said imposter syndrome is holding her back, even though I know what I know. I totally get that, Michelle. I really, really do understand. And that's something that a lot of people go through, right? And so Alpha Berry said, how do you separate your content and focus on one topic first? Alpha Berry, could you dissect that a little more? Like, could you just explain what you're asking a little bit better? Because I really want to understand, or I really want to answer. Sorry. Peggy said, how to overcome emotional pain is a transition that she is trying to help people with. Norman said, I want to see, come on, Norman. I want to see procrastinators become producers. Norman, that is powerful so that they are able to live their dreams. I love that. And Queen DeCeCe said, how my divorce changed me. Oh, wow. So what's stopping you guys from sharing all of this amazing info? I really want to know, like, what do you feel like is stopping you? So I'm going to go back I don't see in the comments where you guys shared what's currently stopping you, except for Michelle. Michelle shared that imposter syndrome stops her, which I totally get. All right, guys. So while I'm waiting for you guys to share what's stopping you from sharing, let me get back into it, right? And even here, when I think about moving to Dallas, that was one of the things that really helped me to, I shared that journey. And so in sharing that, I was able to meet other people that moved from New York City to Dallas because I shared my journey, right? So you're empowering someone to change their lives. So our first C is consistency, and consistency begins with your decision to achieve your deepest desires, right? Like I always tell you guys, consistency comes from knowing the goal and acting as if you are already there. So if you are looking to have 10,000 subscribers, you have to ask yourself, like, what is everyone with 10,000 subscribers doing? How are they acting? How often do they post? How engaged are they with their audience, right? Now, consistency is also about believing in yourself enough to bring consistent energy, right? Consistency is emitting a consistent vibration around your brand and what you put out after you have made the decision to succeed. Does that hit with anyone? Like, is that in any way, like, does that, what do they say? Strike a nerve with you? I really want to know, because I feel like sometimes we're not consistent because, we just can't see it for ourselves. So Michelle said, I want employees to organize themselves to save time and creating time to open employment opportunities. That is amazing, Michelle. I can definitely see you sharing this via video content, right? Messa said she wants burnout from being consistent and still not seeing the results. I love that you shared that, Messa, because this is something that is, it's really out there, and it's something that people genuinely struggle with, right? Feeling like you're doing everything and you're still not seeing any of the results. And I have been through this, and when that happens, there are a few things that might be wrong there, right? So it's either you have not defined your specific audience, or you're not creating content that they can specifically relate to or even want to know. So the core of this can be as it pertains to the audience that you're serving. And sometimes it's just as simple as asking a question. If you are on my YouTube channel, which you are, you'll see I'm always asking you guys, what do you want to see next? What do you want to know next? And I also ask those questions inside of my Facebook group. Alpha Berry said, I have many topics and don't know which to prioritize. Diabetics, oh, gotcha. Diabetic self-care, family, exercise, exposing discrimination towards Black women in the medical field, especially an open domain. Okay, I'm not too sure what the end means, but I get what you're saying. And so I would say the best way to really first of all, you just got to start. So I love that you have, I can really go in and dissect what you're saying, but I would say start with one thing that you would love to talk about for a long while, especially if you're looking to create on YouTube. Also, I am here to share with you guys how you can connect your video content to your business. So if you do have a specific business that you're looking to grow, more than likely you would want to create content that works as a marketing engine for your business, right? And I'm going to speak about that a little more. So Alphaberry, think about if you have a product or service, what's the kind of content that you would have to create in order to attract the people that are your ideal customers or clients. Tanya Cook said, I'm creating courses related to helping parents of African American children to educate their young ones on racial bias and self-love. I want to do a couple of mini video documentaries, but video is brand new for me. I spent over 20 years in the legal industry, so I am a newbie to video. I love how in-depth you shared, how in-depth you were when you were sharing this, Tanya. I would say I love that you're creating courses so you know who your audience is. And although you do want to do mini documentaries, I would say start with understanding these parents and start with understanding the struggles that they're having, start with understanding what are trends in the industry right now. Really start with focusing on how you can help them for free in smaller clips, and then you're able to guide them or lead them to your online course. And I'm going to share about that in a little bit. Right? Okay, so let me see. Let me get back to the screen. So consistency, guys. Consistency is scary, but it's exactly what is needed for you to move forward. There's no person that you know in the online space that is completely killing it and they're not consistent. So with video consistency, it's about finding your footing. Just as I said to Tanya before, I know you want to create mini documentaries, but I really want you to challenge yourself to, while you're creating those documentaries, start creating content. Even Alphaberry, start creating content and see where it guides you, right? And then you're able to tap into a deeper part of you that may not truly exist yet. So a lot of us are looking to be perfect on camera, and that is not necessarily, what happens. I always say, even though you guys might think that I'm really great on camera, I'm still working towards, every time I create videos, I'm creating like bad videos to get to great videos, right? Even though there are things that you guys may not see, for me, there are things that I may not like about my last video or the video before, but I'm still putting out content. Also, consistent messaging, which is kind of what Alphaberry was asking just now. You have to have consistent and clear messaging, meaning you have to know clearly who you are speaking to. Especially if you have an online business, it's essential that you know exactly who you're speaking to so that you're able to create content that is going to help that person, or even attract that person. Because if you speak to everyone, you'll end up speaking to no one. And I think that with YouTube specifically, we get confused because we feel like we have to do what influencers are doing. And when you're using YouTube as a business owner, it is way different, right? So if you're confused about what you're doing and sharing, your audience will be confused too. So you want to really understand how clear your personality and brand message are anytime you show up. Sorry, not personality, your persona, or even understanding your avatar. Like, how clear is your understanding of your avatar or your ideal subscriber, so that you're aware of what your brand message is when you show up. The other thing for video content is consistent branding. But as you go along, you'll start building your video brand more and more. But it takes you getting started and not waiting for perfection. And like I said before, you are a product. So as a business owner, sometimes you may not always be who you need to be, right, when it comes to the betterment of your business and moving in the right direction. But you have to decide, hey, this is bigger than just me. This is a business, and I respect the business that I'm doing. Like I said to you guys yesterday, sometimes we're so inconsistent and we want people to support us and buy from us, but we are not being consistent. It's like Target closing their doors 25% of the time, or being open whenever they feel like it. And a lot of us are operating our business from that space, and we're confused about why things are not growing, shifting, or changing, or why we're creating goals and living the same life year after year and not actually accelerating, right? So I just really want you guys to think about where you would like to be and think about how committed you are, or if you're not committed enough to moving forward. How many times are you going to ask yourself the same questions over and over as it pertains to you creating the life you want, and then just looking around and realizing that you're not moving forward because you have not been taking action? So part 2 is where we're speaking about how video content affects the customer journey. And this is really important. I always tell you guys, video instantly increases your value, right? Lots of business owners are not using video content, and you can see it. Look around you. Look around at the business owners that you respect and love. Look around at the creators you respect and love. I'm sure that you're seeing them on camera, right? So video is just so great for connections and conversions. Business is an exchange of products and services for money. We are here to share solutions for our ideal customers and clients. And sometimes this can feel a little bit icky to understand. It might feel like, a little bit spammy, or, a little bit like you're thinking about money. But if you're running a business, you do understand that your bottom line is very important, right? And if you do feel like that, that means you have some money issues that you need to solve, some feelings of I don't deserve an abundance of income, or I don't deserve things. So definitely there is a book that I would recommend on that, and it is called The Millionaire Mindset by T. Harv Eker. I read that book at least once a year when I feel like my money, the way that I'm thinking about money is in lack, right? I'm telling you, you have to fix your relationship with money. So I hope that you guys, let me know if you guys have ever heard of T. Harv Eker, or if you've ever read that book. Okay, let me just check in on you guys to see. All right, so we got here. Peggy said, I have oodles of content, even 10 books. I love doing videos, have 46 teachings on YouTube. How do I get people to watch? So Peggy, she said oodles of content. Gotcha. If you know who your ideal client is, okay, so you're saying here, my client is woman between ages 25 to 65 plus. I would say that gap is really huge. So you would also, if you can reduce that gap, it would be helpful, because this gap, these people are all so different. They're from different generations. They're doing different things. Different issues are affecting them. So I would say bring down this niche a little bit more. And even when you look on social media, you'll see that they put it into brackets of 18 to 25, 25 to 30 something. And I'm probably saying those wrong, but I want you to think about that. The other thing is, you're telling me who your client is. Okay, awesome, Peggy. There we go. Then that's the people that you need to focus on. These people, my greatest responses are 40 to 65. Those people all are in the same time frame. They went through the same things. It's much closer than you telling me 25 to 65. Now, the other thing here is, you're giving me this info, but what are these people specifically struggling with? That's how you get them to find you, right? So understanding, what they're struggling with and how you're providing the solution for it is going to help you. Michelle said, I think that's why I focused on employers, because I could not speak to employers and job seekers at the same time. Come on, Michelle, with a word. My logic is now that I need to support employers, allow them to create time to make them more effective in their opening employment opportunities for others. Michelle, I love that you're here just figuring it out, and you're absolutely right. You can't speak to both audiences on the same time, at the same time, and worse yet, on the same platform. It does not work like that, right? Especially when you're starting off. Maybe later on you can create a sprout or a different branch, but you have to be able to you have to dominate speaking to one set of people and do really well at that, and then you can branch off. Norman said, I respond to comments and input that my Facebook friends and family responded to in the question, why do people procrastinate? Other than using Facebook Live, what is your suggestion to expand viewership? I'll be really honest with you, Norman. This is an amazing question for me. And if you look at yesterday's full-on presentation I really shared, I don't use Facebook for viewership to expand viewership. I use YouTube to expand viewership because YouTube is on autopilot. I can create searchable video content with YouTube. With Facebook, if I put a video out there and it doesn't do anything right away, it just stays there and it doesn't do anything. So Facebook is what I use to nurture my people, meaning you guys found me somewhere else, but I can go live with you guys on Facebook and really connect and communicate with you. YouTube finds me my ideal audience on autopilot. So YouTube is what I use to expand my audience, right? So I hope that's helpful, Norman. Facebook, the reason why I don't use Facebook a lot is, yes, it is family and friends, and my family and my friends are not my ideal customers or clients. I don't make money from Facebook outrightly. I really use YouTube to find people and then get them into my Facebook group. And then that's how, I'm able to nurture them, spend time with people, answer questions, show my expertise. And that's the people that end up buying from me or becoming customers and clients. The other thing is with YouTube, you're able to connect with so many people, right? And you're able to connect with brands and businesses as well, who would also put you in front of their audiences. Brands are not really looking on Facebook for people. So just a little note there. Let me see. Unless you have a huge audience, and then that's different, or you're a celebrity or something like that, then that is different. Peggy, yes. Listen, emotional pain has no age, right? Okay, guys, so I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into the customer journey here, right? And so I can only cover so much. I can't go really in depth because this is a mini training. But when you have a customer journey, your people, Norman, this is really good for you to pay attention to, right? You go through awareness, consideration, and then you make a decision, right? And so when you go through your awareness phase, this is where people are finding you and understanding just a little more about you. Consideration is where they get a bit curious and they're like, okay, so I see that this person has a product. Let me see what else they have. Let me see who they are and if I really want to buy from them, which in turn, they enter that decision stage, of yes or no, I'm going to work with this person or not. Right? And so we don't think about that. But for awareness, people are looking for solutions to problems, but they're not yet ready to be sold. So it could be educational video content. So that's a solution. So Peggy, you would need to figure out what are you creating that is in alignment with what your people are looking for, right? Social media, blogs, Pinterest, Instagram, we're all finding solutions on these platforms, right? Consideration is for people who are still considering. They're not yet convinced you're the one. This is where they'll sign up for a freebie, a free masterclass, a free workshop, a free course, etc. Decision is when people are very close to making a decision to purchase. This is webinars, consultations, sale videos, testimonials, live pitching, and such. And guys, all of these, you're able to use video content in them. That's why I'm showing you, because it's so important for us to understand the business journey and how we can include video content. You can see that video content is a part of every aspect of this, right? So you are the product, right? And in knowing that, you would have to take your customer through the journey of awareness, consideration, and decision. Do you feel like you've been doing that so far? That's a really good question that I have for you guys. Have you ever thought about your ideal customer or client in that way? Yes or no? I know, Michelle, you have a course coming out. Tanya, you have a course coming out. Have you guys been thinking about the marketing aspect of how you're able to get people to work with you, or buy your online course, or just realize that you are the expert in those spaces? It's so important for us to understand this. And sometimes we start creating something without actually understanding if there is a need for it, or how you're able to find people that are having those problems, right? So there are different types of videos that you need to run a sustainable online business and to make money in the online space. So we might think about video content in so many ways, but honestly, when we look at most creators who are successfully producing video content, they are constantly guiding us through different stages of a journey. We're just not usually aware of it, right? And when I say creators here, I do mean business owners. So more than likely, if someone is creating intentionally, they are creating different types of video content to nurture you along the way. And this starts with you understanding your own journey. And so in doing that, you have to think about, wait, so am I focused on building my business? So if you know that you're focused on building your business, then you would need to focus on awareness content, which is what we call the top of the funnel content that actually brings the right people to you. Right? Or are you focused on building? So are you focused on workshops, online courses, masterclasses, signature programs, live training? Or are you focused on marketing more? Are you focused on attracting the right audience and nurturing them? So I really want to know from you guys, what are you focused on right now? Right? Let me see. So Norman said, I haven't been because I've been waiting for my book to be published. Norman, do you have an audience that you're selling your book to when you get your book published? That's a really good question, because I feel like if I know that I have a book being published, and this is because I've worked with so many authors who aren't putting out their book to an audience that's waiting for it. So I'd love to know more about that. I'd love to learn more about you, Norman. Michelle said, I've been giving thought to how to do the next steps now that the video is out there. I should have organized this, but was more focused on getting the video out there. I will have time to focus on content now. This is awesome, Michelle. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Let's get back into it. So also, small reminder for you guys, remember, social media is not just social media. It's social media marketing, or it's content marketing. And so that's what we should be thinking about when it comes to what we're doing. So are you focused on marketing? Are you focused on YouTube, Instagram, blog posts? What are you focused on specifically? So I didn't see any answers, so I'll give you guys a minute to answer and let me know. Or are you focused on selling more? Right? Are you looking to grow or scale your business? I would love to know. Or are you focused on, so here I'm asking, yes, are you focused on building, marketing, or selling? Because I would love to know. I'm going to head back out to the comments just to see if you guys are answering. Where do you feel like you are? Peggy said, focus on being consistent and active in women's groups online. Awesome. Norman said, I'm focusing on procrastinators. The book title, Tired of Waiting, Start Winning, is. So Norman, my question here would be like, do you have an audience that you're waiting to launch the book to? I love that title, Tired of Waiting, Start Winning. I really do love that. And sometimes we're more than likely our ideal client, right? Or customer. So Norman, you probably have been through that, which is why you're looking to solve people's procrastination problems now. Queen said, YouTube for me, building a community. I love that, Queen. I'm from France. Hello. It's so cool to see people tuning in from everywhere. Tanya said, I was going to start marketing via live streams once a week to talk about various topics related to Black children and racism. And by posting polls, asking them specifically what challenges they're experiencing when discussing racism with their children. I love that, Tanya. Where are you planning to do these live streams? That's really a good question. Really, really a good question. And Dr. Peggy said Clubhouse and Facebook, and she's focused on marketing and selling. Gotcha, Dr. Peggy. So Dr. Peggy, my question is, are you finding lucrative leads on Clubhouse and Facebook? All right, guys. So if you understand what your main focus is as an online business owner, really looking to create an impact and income in the online space, then you have to understand what your main focus is. If you're building, if you're marketing, or if you're selling, because you have to understand what you need to focus on. And when you're using video content, you're able to use it in your sales process, in your marketing process, and in your product. So let's say you have an online course, you're able to use it there. If you have a webinar or a sale, or if you have a workshop or a testimonial, you're able to use video content in those places. Even when you're marketing, you're able to use video to attract, educate, and nurture your ideal customer or client. You're able to use it in lead generation and funnels. And so in your products, like I mentioned before, learning and delivery can be done with video content. So I want to know, how are you currently using video content in your business to ensure success? Or do you feel like you're not using it enough to ensure success? Or if you are, which one are you currently adding to what you're doing? I really want to know, if you feel like now, after looking at this presentation, you feel like, okay, so I have a few blind spots that I would love to understand more about as it pertains to running an online business, right? Let me see. Alpha Barry is focused on learning graphics and video editing. I love that. Michelle is focused on diversifying the business. So I guess building the business. Yes, Michelle, I would agree. Mostly LinkedIn, and will appear on TV morning show in the near future. I love that. I would be willing to push out quality videos and leave it for passive income, then double back to market. Michelle, this is a really good plan here. And I suggest that you really understand those different phases that I spoke about, so that you're able to intentionally, even when you get on TV, you're able to then actually monetize. So many people have missing parts, right? Queen said, I want to be a coach, so I'll need clients. Yes, Queen. So that's why you would have to build intentionally as far as your YouTube channel. So if you want to be a coach, then my question would be, are you going to coach women about divorce? Because you said that's what you want to share, right? Because remember, what you're sharing via video has to be in alignment with your products or services. So if you are wanting to share about your divorce, then you'll be attracting the wrong audience if you are a chef. Right? Just wanting you guys to really understand it. And if you're a bit confused, I have videos on the YouTube channel that can really help you understand. Tanya said, I was going to start out doing live streams on Facebook and videos on Pinterest to start out. Tanya, do you feel like your audience is on Pinterest? Or do you feel like your audience may be on Facebook? Yes. I'm not too sure about Pinterest for your topic though. Let me see. Norman said, yes, I'm putting my launch team together right now. Norman, that is so exciting. Let me see. Yoli Silva said, using video content for my sales funnel. I love that. And Peggy said she's posting videos twice a week, asking for feedback on questions regarding healing. Peggy, that's amazing. And it sounds like you have it figured out. So guys, I am sharing this because you know that I am closing the doors to the Camera Confidence class today. right? So the doors to this class are going to be closed in 3 hours. So I wanted to be sure I came on and connected with you guys. And so if you're looking to get on camera to increase your impact and your income, then this is the class for you. It is a live 2-day masterclass, right? So if you're the person that's not sure how your content is connecting to your ideal audience, then this is for you. Now, I kind of want to also show you guys like what is actually going to be in the class. So let me just get that content out here. Yes, I love it, guys. Keep sharing. So I'm going to share with you guys like what's going to be inside of the class so that you have a good idea of like what's going on or what's happening in day 1 and day 2 so that you can be sure to know if this class is for you. Now, the other thing is, there are some people who have seen the class, but you still don't know if it's for you and you're probably nervous about signing up. If you have any questions, now would be the best time to ask them so that I can answer you, right? So in day 1 in our camera confidence class, we're focused on camera foundation, video strategy, and planning. Usually when you work with me one-to-one, this costs $5,000. But within this class, I'm going to break this down for you. We're going to shift your mindset for video content creation and develop your on-camera persona. A lot of you in here aren't really sure how to go about what you're doing with your video content strategy, right? So you're basically hoping to post, and hopefully in the next 6 months to a year, you'll have paying customers that are coming to you and looking at you as the expert and ready to buy from you. But it takes understanding what that truly entails. So for the people who are not sure where they should be going next, this is where I will be giving direction to you on what you should be focused on if you're looking to really grow as a coach or a consultant or with your online business, right? We're going to rewrite that on-camera reality. So a lot of us are thinking about this in the wrong way. We're thinking about, if I create video content, people aren't going to like me. I don't know if I can say what I really and truly feel. I might get canceled. People may not like how I look. I'm anxious about being on camera. If you feel those things, then this class is for you. We're also going to get deeper into defining your ideal customer and client, and also understanding where you can find them. A lot of you guys are on the wrong social platforms, right? And I'm just sharing based on what I'm seeing. So I want you to understand that you have to know where your people are. I know so many people want to be on Instagram, but your ideal customer or client may not be on Instagram, right? So it's about making sure that you show up as the solution to someone's problem. So we're also going to go through addressing fears and shame connected to your past. I'm telling you guys, I had to undo so many thoughts that I didn't even know were there. We're also covering claiming who you are and what you are going to be doing in your online business. A lot of us are scared to claim who we truly are as it pertains to getting on camera, or even running our online business. We're thinking too small and wanting to play too small. And that's not going to get you to a place where you can support your family on a full-time income from your online business. It's not going to get you to a place where you're able to build generational wealth. It's not going to get you to a place of, where you would like to be able to live comfortably and freely and feel like, oh my gosh, I'm secure with the income that is coming in from my own business every single month, right? I know how all of that feels. The other thing is crafting your on-camera brand story. So some of you have parts or segments of your story, but people don't know enough about you in order to trust you. We're also going to work through defining your video topic, and we're going to go through how to do research on your topic to make sure that you're creating the right videos for the right people to find you. Also defining your subtopics, and I'll go more into subtopics in this class as well. Also understanding your setbacks and what you're ashamed about, and how connecting it to your expertise is what can really hit that home run for you, right? Just like Queen is saying, she wants to speak to a specific group of women, then understanding like how you can connect and be relatable to those people by using your story. And part 3 is we're going to be planning out the next 90 days of content for your business. So we're going to be creating your yearly business goals, defining impactful and intentional content for 90 days that you're able to create and put out there in order for people to find you. The other thing is 90 days of video topic mapping according to those business goals, because that's really important. Instead of jumping on camera and just saying what you feel like, being really intentional and strategic about your game plan. And of course, we're going to be walking through your video script and how to intentionally script for platforms like YouTube, right? There's a formula. Now, you can see that day 2, we have a few things that we'll be walking through as well that pertains to video quality, right? So video quality. And you guys also know that you'll have 4 weeks of support and Q&A from me with the Camera Confidence class, right? So if you are a coach, a service provider, a consultant, or a leader in your industry, or if you're finally ready to grow, then this class is for you. So I'm going to check in to see if anyone has any specific questions. Let me see. Do you guys have any questions about the class? Using video okay, I saw that. I love that Queen said woman having better relationships and self-confidence in organizations, and I'm getting more consistency. This is amazing, Queen. Let me see. Tanya said, I was thinking Pinterest because they do not remove videos like Facebook. My understanding is Facebook removes your live streams after a day or 2, but maybe I'm misunderstanding that. Yes, Tanya, Facebook doesn't remove your videos. It's just that your videos don't get traction after. So for me, if I have to create a Pinterest strategy for videos, I would actually put my videos on YouTube and then link them to Pinterest, right? So that is how I would go about that if I was looking for a strategy there. So I would put it on YouTube and then link that YouTube video to Pinterest, because the way that I work is thinking about long form video content and how we are able to, create that. All right. So, and thinking about long form content and how people are able to find it, right? Michelle said, love your content, but I'm already in an accelerator. Fingers crossed that you are able to run it again. That's amazing, Michelle. Not too sure when I'm running this class again, especially in this intimate way, but thank you so much. Yes, Tanya, that's how I would think about my strategy for Pinterest. I would put it on YouTube and then link it to Pinterest so that I'm able to, like we say, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, have it in one place specifically. All right. So I hope that is helpful, especially for you starting off on your video journey. So guys, I'm about to get off, but just remember this class closes tonight. I don't know when I'm doing it again. And I really, really hope that you do trust yourself enough to change your life within the next 6 months by signing up, because you're going to learn so many skills. It's a really intimate group of people doing this masterclass, and they're going to get my one-to-one, eyes on their business and what they're doing, especially for that price. That's a complete steal. And we'll be spending 4 weeks together working on their presentation and, how they present themselves on camera and all that jazz. So guys, I can't wait to welcome some more of you into this class. And I'm so excited. Tanya said she's making her purchase now. Welcome, Tanya. Welcome to the class. I can't wait to have you in there, because I can definitely start seeing or strategizing how we're able to help you figure out how to connect with your audience. Norman, this class is $597. Which is a steal, because you get 2 days with me. Like I said, it's a really intimate group, so you will have access to me. You will be able to ask me any questions that you have. I will be there. I can share the link to the class in the comments. As soon as I get off, I'll get off in a little bit. But yes, so the class is $597, but there is a payment plan just in case you would prefer to do a payment plan. So there is a payment option as well. So you're just able to check out, and as soon as you check out, we will take care of you on the other side. So hopefully you guys can make it. This class moving forward will not be this price because of all that I'm pouring into the people that are going to be in there. So I'm just letting you guys know that if you are, really, really looking to move forward in your process, I am here to help. Super excited to look over your past content, what you have already, and see how you can connect it or connect. So we're focused on this class is best for you if you do have a product or service already, right? So that's how I'll be able to really, really help you. And I work closely with the people that are in my programs. Like I actually know you guys by name, and like I don't play with that. So excited to see you guys on the other side. Will not be offering this class for this price again. Don't know when I'll be doing it again, but hope to see you on the inside. Only 3 hours left for you to get in. If you have any questions at all, definitely let me know and I'll be happy to answer. And yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you all so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. And I will see you guys on the inside. Bye.